Hey there, welcome. I'm Daniel Watson. This is the final speech that I have for our communication class. I have a very wide range of audience members here. There's been people coming all from the United States, some from Alabama, some from Tennessee. So we have a lot of different people. In fact, if you could, we've got a professional camera. Man, yeah, these two people, these fine feathered folks are from the great state of Alabama. So, roll tide. Without further ado, I would like to start this speech. So, guys, we're going to be talking about small groups today. Small groups are a fun topic, and the shame part is that not everyone is in a small group, and it's the same reason why Jonah didn't want to join a small group, and that was because it kind of felt fishy to him. Just kidding. Just moving on. That's a little joke, guys, just to start it out. But the realistic story is that every single person needs to be involved in a small group. And that's because of the reasons we're about to talk about. And we're going to discuss a couple things in this speech. We're going to discuss the importance of a small group, and then also like what a small group is and how communication connects with small groups. So moving into my first point, what is a small group? So I like how the book says it, and I'm actually going to reference the book, the textbook right away, and then that says this. It says, imagine that you're taking a test on group communication. Which of the following would you identify as a group? A crowd of onlookers staring at a burning building. Hopefully that's nobody. Several passengers at an airline ticket counter discussing the need of flight space in a crowded flight. Or an army battalion. We'll let the clock tick. Which one of those would you consider a group? Yes, you there, young lady.
Army battalion.
Army battalion, that's good. What about you?
Army battalion.
Army battalion, that's another right answer. You there, fine looking camera person.
Probably the Army battalion.
Army battalion. Actually, if you would have guessed any one of those answers, you would have been correct. A small group is very simple. A small group is just a group of people. It could be an army battalion. As long as you are in a group, if you're standing and you're looking at that burning building, hopefully you're not those people. Hopefully you're calling 911, trying to get somebody to put out the fire. That is a small group. Anything that you can do in a group setting is going to be, with a group of people, is going to be a small group. So, guys, some of the things that I like to think about when I think about a small group and why is it important are the same reasons that Jesus laid out in the Bible. Did you guys know that Jesus was in a small group? Called the 12 disciples. That actually kind of sounds like a gang. It was just 12 guys that Jesus had that was in his close net. And if you even look at that even a little bit closer, he had 3 that he really clung to, right? So he had those 3 people that he took up on the mountain, and he did, and then they saw incredible things. And then he had the 12 that were just outside of that. And then if you look even beyond that, there's the 70. So those crowds always increased. And then if you even look beyond that, then you have the other followers of Jesus who did incredible things with different amounts of people, right? So all those were small groups, and if Jesus does it, it's usually a good idea that we do it. So that's what I would say one of the main reasons why we should really be involved in a small group is because Jesus did it. And typically, if Jesus does something, that's a good point why we should do it. So we know what small groups are. We know that Jesus was in a small group. And one other thing is this: small groups have create a great opportunity to be involved with a relationship. So some of my closest friends, I think about, one of the guys who are in the audience right now, Chris Hopper, and another friend of mine, Michael Washam. 2 of my absolute closest friends, and these are guys that I built relationships with in a small group setting. So these are guys that we would go and we would buy food out of a Dollar General, out of our own pocket, to give to just bless random people. We would go and we would do these awesome works of the Lord, and we build relationship with ourselves and with those people that we were blessing. So it creates an atmosphere for you to build relationships, not only with each other, but also with Jesus. So if you're a living, breathing human being and you consider yourself a believer, then a small group is where it's at. And kind of transitioning to my second point is this. Yes, you can start with something, but you end with something else in a small group. So you start with communication and you end with connection. I love how the leadership guru, John Maxwell, says it. He says that everyone communicates, but few connect. And when I think about that same type of context in a small group setting. I think that people can start by just talking, but by the end they're sharing their lives, they're sharing their hearts, they're sharing what they're going through with other people. So anytime I think about small groups, I think about that type of connection that can really reel people in, that can transform lives and transform a community, all by something small. Something small that Jesus did affected the lives of 3 guys. And something small that Jesus did affected the lives of 12 guys. And then if you look at that, the 70 they sent out, that transforms the lives of the entire community. So if you look at those type of things, that's the type of the reasons that we want to be involved in a small group, because small group starts with communication and ends with
Connection.
my God, these people are talented. Anyway, guys, those are some of the reasons we really need to, just like the book says, we need to overcome that gap of fear, and we need to be involved in relationship. And that's all what small groups are about. And guys, if you consider yourself a follower of Christ, then join a small group today. I think it's a very pivotal point. Again, if you're not in a small group and you don't have friends, but you want friends, a small group is a great thing to be connected with because of the reasons that I just mentioned. And guys, I don't want you to miss this. If you're watching this and you're not in a small group yet, please join one for your sake, for the sake of Jesus' followers. Join one, build relationship, have that connection with communication. Thanks so much. My name's Dan Watson. That's all I have.